Have you ever seen a picture that just breaks your heart? That's what happened when we saw her. It was early morning when someone first spotted her, a thin dog tethered to a heavy, unforgiving chain, standing silently by the roadside. She wasn't barking, she wasn't whining, just staring down the empty road. Her eyes were wide, alert, and filled with a silent question that hung in the air. When are you coming back? Beside her, nestled close against her tired body, were her tiny puppies. They were barely a few weeks old, their eyes still adjusting to the bright, harsh light of the world they'd been born into. They squirmed and made tiny, soft sounds, crawling over each other, desperately searching for warmth and milk. She let them nurse quietly, patiently, her maternal instincts overriding everything else. But she never, ever took her eyes off that road. It was painfully clear what had happened. Someone had left her there. A discarded basket was nearby, an old box tipped on its side. There was no food, no water, just enough evidence to show that someone didn't want to be caught in the act of abandonment, but not enough to show they actually cared what happened next. It's a scene we see all too often, and it never gets easier. The casual cruelty is what stings the most. She must have watched them drive away. Can you imagine the confusion? Watching the only humans she had ever trusted, the ones who had likely raised her, maybe even comforted her once, as they loaded up their car and drove off without a single glance back. The betrayal must have been overwhelming, and yet, with the unwavering loyalty that only a dog possesses, she waited. Every single time a car passed, her head would lift. Her tail would give the faintest, hopeful wag. A tiny flicker of hope would ignite in her tired, soulful eyes. Was that them? Had they remembered? Were they finally coming back for her and her babies? But car after car sped by, and none of them stopped. The minutes stretched into hours, and the hours bled into a long, lonely day. The sun beat down relentlessly, heating the asphalt beneath her paws. The heavy chain chafed her neck every time she moved, a constant, painful reminder of her prison. Her body was thin, worn down from nursing her litter and the sheer stress of their situation. Still, she was a mother first. She protected her puppies fiercely, pushing them gently back with her nose when they crawled too close to the dangerous road, licking their fur clean, keeping them huddled close for safety. And still, she kept looking, she kept watching that road, because that's the thing about dogs, isn't it? No matter how deeply they are hurt, they don't just stop loving. She didn't understand why she had been left behind. In her innocent mind, she couldn't comprehend what she could have possibly done wrong. All she knew was that she had to wait, that someone, her person, was supposed to come back for her, but no one she was waiting for ever came. The hours ticked by, and her hope began to fade, replaced by a quiet, heartbreaking resignation. She was running out of strength. Her milk was running dry, and her puppies were getting weaker. Just when it seemed like all was lost, a different kind of car appeared. It slowed down. It stopped. A stranger pulled over. It wasn't the person she was waiting for. It wasn't the face she remembered. But this person had kind eyes. They approached slowly, speaking in a soft voice that didn't yell. They brought water, they brought food, they had hands that didn't hurt. She flinched at first, cowering back. How could she know who to trust anymore? The world had shown her its cruelest side. But then she looked at her crying puppies, and she knew she had nothing left to give them. Her own strength was failing, and so, slowly, cautiously, she allowed herself to be helped. She let this stranger get close, to offer a gentle touch, to unclip the heavy chain from her neck. It was a moment of surrender, a leap of faith into the unknown. She and her precious babies were rescued that day. They were gently lifted into the car and driven away from that lonely roadside spot forever. They were given a second chance at life, a second chance at love, and a second chance to experience the kind of loyalty that does untend on the side of a highway. They were taken to a place of safety, warmth, and care. But even in the safety of the rescue center, with a full belly and a soft bed, a part of her still looked towards the door, still listened for the sound of a familiar car. She was still waiting, still hoping, because that's the kind of pure, unbreakable heart she had. A heart that had been shattered but refused to stop beating with love. She kept looking at the road, hoping someone would come back. But someone better came instead. A rescuer, a promise, a future, a new beginning. Today, this brave mother and all of her puppies are safe. They are learning to trust again, to play, to feel the warmth of a loving hand without fear. Their journey is a powerful reminder that even after the darkest moments, a new dawn can break. Stories like this are why rescue work is so incredibly important. For every animal left behind, there are heroes who step up to change their world. If this story touched your heart, please consider supporting your local animal rescue. You can donate, volunteer, or even open your home to a foster animal. You could be the someone better that an animal is desperately waiting for. Thank you so much for watching and for caring. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel to follow more of these incredible rescue journeys. Together, we can make a difference.